Hello and welcome to another episode of Growing Organically for Wholesale Markets. Today we will talk about your greenhouse. For today's episode, we're going to join Robin Robbins of Robbins Family Farm in Scott County, Virginia, to learn a little bit about what can happen in your greenhouse when you're waiting for your transplanted plants to grow.
Because you have this little ecosystem that you've created inside itself. So if something bad starts on one side of the greenhouse, it's going to be bad on the other side of the greenhouse by tomorrow. How do you mitigate risk? Variety and crop selection. So we're actually getting 2 check marks on the organic application because this is a step to not have to spray as much, because inputs cannot be used unless other processes and steps have been employed as preventative measures. So variety selection is a preventative measure. Appalachian Harvest has created a spray matrix that tells you the purpose, the application rate, the intervals, also tells the manufacturer. But before you can use an application, you need to have employed preventative measures. So what we've done is, typically in the past, we used to stack our rows in 4. However, because we've had disease and pest issues pop up, the first thing we did is we tried to separate the plants with additional spacing to make sure the sunshine, air movement, and visual observation can be better obtained. So now that we've tried the preventative measure, we've also selected varieties that are resistant. That is proven to fail. So at this point in time, I've employed all my preventative measures, therefore I can spray. So what I'm going to spray today is Serenade and Sonata, which are actually disease sprays to prevent disease. The next thing that is in there is spinosad. Because it is hay season and we're mowing around the greenhouses to keep weeds down, we've got thrip issues. So spinosad addresses thrips. And because we've had some lovely spring critters little bugs decide to come in and take a chew or two on a leaf, and I have no bees in the greenhouse right now, I'm actually going to combine that with some pyganic. In the event that I can actually hit one, I won't have to worry about him tomorrow. So that's what I'm going to spray on everything else in the greenhouse with the exception of the green basil. The green basil extension came to the farm and diagnosed it as having a bacterial issue, and I needed to apply a different spray to that. So we've employed plant spacing, selection of variety. Our preventative measures have failed. Therefore, we can use spray. And the spray that I'm going to use on that is called Green Cure. And remember, when using any type of input application, it doesn't matter if you're just washing product or if you're spraying product, the label is the law. This is called your 3-in-1 insecticide, fungicide, and miticide. And it's a good way to use the integrated pest management. If you have pest issues, disease issues, you're getting a little combination of everything here. It is your best shot at doing an integrated pest management once you've developed pest and disease issues, especially in a greenhouse environment, but even in the field environment. But your preventative measures are the most important: your plant spacing, selection and variety, how you prep your soil, how you prep your field, keeping your weeds down. That's not just applicable to the field, but that's applicable to outside the greenhouse. Because pests and disease are going to stick on weeds, and the wind is just going to help them find their way. And plus, the wonderful tender plants that you have in a greenhouse environment are very appetizing to most of your little pests. So this is something that is available locally, and it's not very expensive, and it is a good part to use of an integrated pest management system as a rotation, so your plants do not develop immunities to using the same things over and over and over again. Another good intervention is using Grandivo and Regala as separate or in rotation with your Serenade and your Sonata and your Garden Safe insecticidal soap. So you can rotate these products with those. Thus, every other spray, you're using something different. Therefore, your plants aren't going to develop immunities. Your bugs aren't going to develop immunities from these products. I don't have a lot left in my sprayer, but what I do have is a throw out pile in the back, where when we've had disease issues like this, we throw everything out the back door. So I'm actually going to go treat that as well to make sure that the wind doesn't carry something nasty back into the greenhouse. So that's where the rest of my spray is going to go.
Well, that's it for today's episode. I hope to see you next time on Growing Organically for Wholesale Markets.